welcome back to my channel. I hope that you have had a great Saturday. It is a cold Saturday here. I think it's in the low 40s, but I'm going to get a fire going here in just a little bit. It is, okay, so y'all, yesterday I was going to the estate sale and it was a bust. And it was a bust because it was my fault. The estate sale opened on Thursday, and it was in Kingston Springs, Tennessee. And I knew that it wasn't at a house. I just couldn't really make out from the pictures what it was. But when we got there, it was like maybe like a, I don't want to say an antique store. I guess it was like a little antique store. I'm not really sure, like a general store. Anyway, it had been closed down. I don't know the story at all, but they were just selling off all the things that were in it. They had some really great things in the pictures. And for the most part, some of their prices, they weren't that bad. I'm going to insert a picture here of what I went after. So did you see that? $20 for one of those old butter churns. So with it started on Thursday and me not going until Friday morning, y'all, I knew it wasn't going to be there. I knew I needed to kind of get my tail there Thursday morning, but I had never been to Kingston Springs. I've driven past it, on the interstate, but, and it ended up being like 50 minutes, not 30 minutes. So I was glad, I will get one of those eventually if it's meant to. I just don't want to pay like a really high price for them because those things can be very expensive. $20 was amazing. So it was probably one of the first things to go. But anyway, we went ahead, I did get a couple of things. So let me show you. It was 30% off day. So I do have one of these. I don't know why I grabbed this other than I just knew it was going to be super cheap. So I got two of the Prince Albert little crimp cut tobacco cans. So they were $2.25 a piece. Y'all seem awfully far away. So I moved y'all a little bit closer. I realized that y'all were pretty far away and you might not be able to see the things. I got these two things. They ended up being $2.25 with the discount. And I like to decorate with these. I used my one during the summer. So, I could use these at Valentine's Day, at 4th of July and Christmas. Anytime you can use red. I love red. Red's my favorite color. Now, I did get this. It was $15 with 30% off. What is that, like $11? And it's a 3-piece set. And I do have some soup tureens that are by this same maker. It's Redcliffe Ironstone. And so it's just this cute little, very detailed creamer. I loved the detail on it. It's like wheat. And it had a sugar bowl. Y'all, I'm all about some sugar bowls. I love those. And there's and it came on a little platter. Let's see if I can get it held up right. So 3-piece set, $15, 30% off. If I'm doing my math right, I think it was like 11 something. So that was a really good deal. And y'all, that is all that I got from that estate sale. It was, like I said, a great estate sale. I just knew better and I should have gotten up and went over there. But we were all the way out in Kingston Springs. And so I just looked up antique stores, thrift stores that were near there. So it led us to Fairview, Tennessee. I've never been to Fairview, Tennessee. And we went to a little antique shop. The name is on the bag. It's Old Town Antiques. He has these cute little bags. And it's not that huge of a little area. It's got several vendors. But it's just not, it didn't take very long to make the little loop around. And we were almost done. And I wasn't seeing anything, and it had lots of like little collectible things, like a lot of that. If you are like trains, there was a front section that was just full of trains, and I don't care about trains, so I didn't really even pay attention to it. But I wasn't seeing a lot of. I mean, there were things that I liked, but I just wasn't seeing a whole lot. I did see some Flow Blue and stuff, but it wasn't until we were almost had completed the loop that we started finding things. And so then we made another loop around going the opposite way. And we found plenty of things that way. One thing that I got, and it did not have, now the owner of the store was working that day. And she was a sweet lady. And she liked to talk. And, you know, she was having a bad day. So I kind of provided an ear to her. But I found two things that I told her each booth they were in. They didn't have a price. And so she just gave them to me for free. She's like, I'm not dealing with that if they can't price their stuff. But one of them was this old placemat that, y'all, I am going to frame for next Christmas. I love how Santa is just tuckered. Mrs. Claus is taking care of him. You see here on the calendar, it is December 26th. It is his big rest day. It's, you know, brown and worn. Let's see, and it doesn't say, it says Dollar Wise Spring. It was made from Springfield, Ohio. But I love all the little elves, and they're just kind of cleaning up. And so I thought that was super cute. And I'm going to put it in a frame that I'm going to work on finding the perfect one this year. And I'm going to add it to a gallery wall for next year. So that was a good find, and for free. I definitely cannot beat that, y'all. I'm having some trouble. I don't want to just lay it. It's very thin. It's very fragile. And then, let's see. We got more there than I think I realized. I've talked a few times about how we're going to be working on our laundry room, kind of adding a little decor in there, and how hard it is to find, you know, laundry room things. So Greg found two, let's see, this is Colgate's Octagon all-purpose soap. There's not, it's not even kind of like date, I don't think, on it. Oh, yeah, it is. Well, it came with an offer, like a, I guess a, like what we would call a rebate. And the rebate ends on June 30th, 1971. But we got this, and it was $3. Who knew that people would be shopping your old bars of soap that you didn't use? Then we found that, or he found this Arm & Hammer baking soda, Route Stubborn Dirt. And it was $3 as well. So we're going to put, and it is full, and it's got the instructions on the back. So that was cool. All-purpose cleaner and water softener. So anyway, that was a good little find. And I think that they were on some kind of discount. I just don't really remember. We got Ruby in here with me, so she's kind of messing stuff up. I might be fussing at her. So I found this devotional songbook. It was 20 cents a copy, and it was made for a church in Nashville, Tennessee, or maybe ordered from their production company. And it was made in 1937. Well, and it is just a book of hymnals. So I love the old hymns. Just, you know, you can flip through. Let's see, there's Room at the Cross, Be With Me, Lord, My Jesus, I Love Thee. Just all kind of songs that a lot of churches don't really sing anymore. And it was sold, I guess, it was sold by the Boy Scouts of America. So maybe something they put together to sell. But anyway, for 25 cents, I grabbed that. Ruby. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, one thing I have learned, I cannot wear sweaters around her because she is going to tear my sweaters up. For your daily cuteness, say hello, say hi, hi. So I just get into everything, She's fighting me on the clothes, y'all. She does not want to wear clothes, but I keep telling her she's going to wear clothes. I also found, and I have been looking for this. I have this book from when I was a little girl, and I can't find it. And it's packed up somewhere with all my kids' books. I'm hoping that I didn't take it to school, because that could be why I can't find it if I did. But the copyright date on this one was 1953. And it was a birthday present to Betty from Sarah and Stan. Happy birthday, 1953. And it's an old version of The Night Before Christmas. So I love this. I could not find a price on it. The lady looked through it. Again, I told her the booth number. Look, the pages are all aged. She couldn't find a price, so she said, you know what? It's yours. Merry Christmas. So that was 2 things that I got there for free. And the bad thing is I found something else that I really wanted that didn't have a price on it. And there was no way. I was not going to even take it up there because I didn't want her to think that I was purposely looking for things that did not have a price. We found 4 Flow Blue plates there and 1 Flow Blue bowl. And we really liked the bowl, but it was, the booth was not on any kind of sale. And it was $35 for the bowl, which in hindsight, that is not a lot of money for a piece of Flow Blue. But I usually get my Flow Blue at estate sales, or I win it in auctions. And I've just, you know, I have paid more than that for a piece of Flow Blue before, but I try hard not to, especially for just a small bowl. But we found a stack of 4 plates, and that booth was on sale. And this was the best one that we both agreed on. There was this really cool one, but it was like the bottom piece to something. But we got this Flow Blue plate to go with our others. And it was trimmed in gold, but it's kind of wore off. And there is the stamp, and I can't make out, you know, can't make out what it says other than England because the blue flowed and it's all run together. So my little Flow Blue collection is really starting to grow, and I love that. I love the Flow Blue. All right, this was the first thing that I found at that store because I had really just about given up. And it was in a booth that had everything in the booth was 75% off. Oh, so I, of course, really could. I mean, I found one other thing I wanted, but it was like on sale. It was going to be $78. It was this paint. It wasn't even a painting. It was like a print of some little boys playing baseball back in probably the 20s or 30s, but I wasn't going to pay $78 for that. It was like a 11 by 14 size, and the frame needed some work. But I did find this. I got this old grain screw. I cannot talk. Got this old grain scoop. And so I thought it was really cool. It ended up being $14, but it's huge. I have one that I didn't pay hardly anything for, but it's a lot smaller than this. So I will definitely put those two together somehow. Now, it has been the month of baskets. Greg found all 3 of these baskets that we got there. And this one is, well, it said on the tag that it was an Amish egg gathering basket, but it's in good shape. It's not, you know, tearing up or damaged anywhere. And that's the thing with these old vintage baskets. You really have to check them out and make sure that, you know, there's just no damage to them. He got this one as well, and it was in the same booth. And it is unique. I've never seen one, not to say that they're not out there. I just haven't seen one like this. And it's another Amish egg basket. He also found in one of the, this was in one of the first couple booths that we found, this teeny tiny little gathering basket. I think it is so cute. Now, you know that Greg did not leave without finding a piece of milk glass. So he did find this milk glass decanter. He seen it at one antique store and he didn't get it, and he went back planning on trying to get it, and it had sold. So he was tickled when he saw this. So he has quite the collection. This might be his 4th or 5th milk glass decanter, and he plans on putting all of them together somehow on the tea cart that we purchased just the other day. Then we found this smaller sized ironstone pitcher, and it's not a stamp that I'm familiar with. It says Royal Crownford Ironstone. It has the British flag. It's Weatherby, Hanley, England, Royal Falconware. So I looked it up because I wanted to make sure Falconware is, you know, the real deal. I looked up Falconware, and it is ironstone. It's just a newer ironstone, but it's got a little detail on the top handle. It's like a little flower. So super cute. You know, we're always going to grab ironstone if we can find it. And then I have several brass fingerling candles stick holders, and I don't guess Greg is aware of that because he's been looking for some. He found one, and I was like, well, I mean, if you want to get it, but I have a few of these, and but there's a little detail on this, and I actually think I have this exact one, maybe just a little bit bigger. So this was Greg's find, and I'm not sure. He says he's wanting to do something with them, but I don't know. Okay, so that is all that I got in Kingston Springs and Fairview Springs in Tennessee. You know, because you guys know, Greg and I, we never just go to one estate sale. That always leads to more estate sales or more thrift stores or finding new antique stores. So anyway, now I'm going to combine a thrift haul from last night, and I had to adult this morning and run some grown people errands, but I did have to drive past City Thrift and Goodwill. So, I mean, you know, like, don't waste gas. I'll just go ahead and run in. One of my most excited finds at City Thrift, these were all 99 cents a piece. And I don't play a single musical instrument, but I do have that violin in here, and I have acquired some sheet music. So when I saw an end cap of these, I don't even know, I haven't looked at this. I have no idea what piece of, if it's piano, it doesn't say on here, so I don't know, but it is the, it's a Christmas album for you to play your instrument with. I think it looks like maybe possibly piano. But look, I'm going to take it out of the bag. I was very excited to find this at 99 cents because I can put it, you know, in the basket with the violin or somewhere in here. But there's Santa on this, you know, riding his sleigh. And let's see what we can find out about it. The pictures. Oh, they've been colored by somebody. So somebody, it's like I'm about to drop everything. It's, you know, like somebody colored the pictures with crayon inside. They did a great job on this back one. So for 99 cents, I thought that was a really cool find. There was a whole end cap of them for all different kinds of events and seasons. And these, okay, these are from 1945. So very cool. I did pick up a few. I got, this is, I don't know if this is sheet music. Let's see what this is. It's McClellan's Christmas Carols and Gift Guide for 1957. Oh, wow, y'all. This is like, I'm going to show you. Hold on. I just want to, I guess McClellan's was a toy or a store that had toys in it. So this is the front cover. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look, this is the cover of the magazine. This is the back. Like, how cool. Like, who would think to just keep these? Like, I'm going to tell you that I don't keep my Hobby Lobby sales ads that I, you know, get. Well, I don't really get them, but, you know, you can get them in the store. This is the song, a song on the inside. It's Joy to the World. And then, it's like a catalog. And it shows all the, like, the dolls and the dresses you can get for the dolls. It's, like, literally almost falling apart as I'm turning the page. Let's see. Let's look at this together. There is basketball and football and, you know, cool things. But y'all, look at this, because we all, you know, like this vintage Christmas. There is the candles and the light bulbs and the angel hair. Let's see. The light sets were $1.98. The candlesticks in the individual were 50 cents. The white angel hair is 10 cents. The glitter tree skirt was $1. And the icicles were 10 cents. Look. How cool is this little treasure? Oh my gosh, y'all. Greg is going to die. So there are hobnail oil lamps in here for sale. One is for $5.98 and one is for $2.98. Look. Look at that. I cannot wait to show him this. There is snack sets. The white milk glass egg thing. You know, that holder. There is decorations for your table. Oh, wow. Cards. Papermate ink pens. Look, I love some Papermate. I don't know why I'm so enthralled in this. Ladies things. Baby things. And then more carols. It ends with some more carols. Silent Night. Y'all, that was an awesome find. How smart of someone to keep that. That's amazing. And then there was another songbook. Like I said, all of this was 99 cents. And I got this one. It is from, let's see, is there a year? I don't see a year, but it's My Tennessee. Words and music written by Frances Hannah Tranum. Y'all, I will ruin somebody's name. So, anyway, since I live in Tennessee, I thought that would be cool to have. I'm going to actually go ahead and put out because it has a snowman on it. Oh, there were two in here. Oh, there's two snowmen. This one, Frosty the Snowman, Words and Music by Steve Nelson. There's 40 cents is how much it cost. $19.50. So look, how cute. With all my red transfer, I'm going to put that up in here. And there's Here Comes Santa Claus sheet music. This was the jackpot, y'all. That one would be pretty somewhere for the, y'all, I'm just ignorant. There's four. So four, these were a quarter a piece. And this is Merry Christmas Waltz, a Merry Christmas Waltz. And it was 50 cents originally. So, y'all, I scored on the sheet music, and which is funny to probably you and me when I tell you, because I don't play any instruments. But I just think it's neat to have. Okay, so then we've got some more milk glass. Greg grabbed these two vases last night at City Thrift. This was just the plain, smooth one. And this is that pattern. He has several of these. How much was this? $1.99. I don't really know what this pattern's called. Then I went in there today, and I had told Greg last night, I said, you know, we have some cloches, but I really want to try to pick up a couple more, some larger ones, and maybe y'all want a bell-shaped cloche. Man, I had one in my hands a few months ago, and I put it back, because I just didn't want to deal with it that day. That was so dumb. Do you know, first of all, how hard it is to even find bell-shaped cloches? And I think it was only like $1.99. Like that one will haunt me. So anyway, I go in City Thrift today, and what do you know? There's a cloche for 99 cents. So I grabbed that, and then I saw this for $2. Now, I think this totally goes with something very different, but it's just a plain piece of wood. And I thought, does that work? Yep, it does. It's going to work good enough for what I want to do with it. And you don't have to have a base. You can set this on top of a plate, or you don't set it on anything. You don't have to set it. You can set it right on the furniture that you were putting it on. But anyway, I have lots of plans for these cloches. I also found for $1.99 another basket. It's in really good shape. I like the color. So I'm going to add that to my basket pile. And then, if y'all been paying attention, I've not bought many doilies at all. But I found some today. There's just a round one. It's in good shape. It was $1.50. And then I found this one, and I need to wash this one somehow. And I usually hand wash my doilies, but it's a good size. It's $1.52. I mean $1.50 as well. So I grabbed me some doilies. Now this is not vintage. I don't want to pretend that it's vintage or imply that it's vintage, but I just thought he was cute. And I don't know. So he was $1.99. He's made in China, but he's really cute. And I'm going to mix my new and old Santa mugs together next year. And I have just some plain like white Santa mugs that I got at Hobby Lobby last year, or maybe it was the year before, because I did a whole black and white Christmas. I think it's a couple years ago. I did a black and white Christmas. And so I had those out in my cocoa bar. And next year I'm going to pull those out and just kind of mix all of them together. I don't know how yet, but I think it's going to be really cute. Okay, now I've got another Goodwill find. We're almost done. Now, we saw this last night, and he didn't like it, and I really liked it. And so I went back today, and it was still there. It was $3.99, so $4, and I grabbed it. I don't know what year it was done, and it is a print, but for $4, and I'll tell you why. It's kind of wrinkled right here. I can't make out who the original artist was, but like I said, it is not a painting, it's a print, but I liked it. I know it has sort of a Tuscany look, which is what Greg didn't like about it, but I like the copper, I like the old like pottery crock material, I like the wood, I like the, the damages and the flaws in the wall. I really like the frame, and I don't know, it was framed, like professionally framed, but it is not any kind of information. So anyway, I'm not sure. I like to put small frames like this just kind of, on my kitchen counters, or propped up in the back of a cabinet, just to kind of give some depth and interest back there. So he'll be all right. I got some great books. I went to the bins yesterday. Let me start with that. Y'all, I've been wanting to go to the bins. I really like going to the Goodwill bins. I couldn't do it yesterday. I mean, it was like Black Friday, how it used to be at Walmart. There were so many people. And the bins, I mean, there was so much good stuff that I just walked away from, I'm sure, because all of the bin things were just overflowing, and you couldn't even get all of them. There were I bet there were 20, if not 25 bins out on the floors. And you couldn't even hardly find a place to wedge into at all of them. It was that packed. And so I just left. I didn't buy anything, but I was so bummed out. And I need to, try to get back there. I need to take Debbie, because Debbie is my good luck charm at the Goodwill bins. But anyway, I was really looking for some books, because that's where I try to get my old books. And so I had old books on the mind. And I went to City Thrift. And I usually don't buy I have stopped buying their old books because they were caught on and their prices have gone up. But I found some good ones, and I paid like $5 a piece for all of them. So I got this one. I don't know who wrote these. Y'all know I don't really do it to read them. But Modern Times and the Living Past. So this was a pretty book. It was $5. And the green will be, there's all kind of like handwritten things. I might read those. But it was copyright 1921. So this is going to be really pretty to use for the winter, because I'm going to try to do green and white for the winter. I got this one. Now, y'all, this one was $7, but it would have been a lot more than that at an antique store. And it's Charles Dickens Christmas books. So it's a collection. Woo! Y'all, it's a collection of Charles Dickens Christmas books. And it's a beautiful shade of green. And I think that I tried to find a copyright. One of them I couldn't find a copyright in. And it may have been this one. But let's just see. Yeah. It just goes, there's no copyright, which is weird. But, I mean, it's been taken really good care of. And I don't think it's that old. But I was tickled to get that. My favorite one that I got at, now, I did get this one somewhere. I got this one at Thrift Smart in Nashville. And I don't go to Thrift Smart a lot, typically because I don't have good luck there. But when I do have good luck, I have good luck. I found this. It's God's Word and God's Work. And it was written by Martin Luther. Now, this book was not written. I mean, somebody took his works and made into this. I did do, it was a gift for, so I can't read it, somebody's shepherd. On January 19th of 1897, this book was gifted to them. And let's see. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, Martin Luther wrote this book. But later, much later after his death, it was republished there. That makes better sense, right? And this one was published in 1896 by Henry Altimus. Y'all, I'm awful with names. It was a manufacturer printing company. So, y'all, this book is 127 years old. Now, it is in great condition to be that old, but it is super cool. I'm very glad to have it. I wanted to try, they underlined somebody underlined in ink, Martin Luther. And I wanted to try to get that off, but I don't know. I don't want to risk tearing it up. So if y'all have any suggestions, or should I just leave it alone? I should just leave it alone. I got at City Thrift this. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. It's in the title of it's in another language. I don't know what it is. I can't say it. I'm not going to pretend to. The copyright date on this is 1873 from Paris. I don't know. You might know. The whole thing is in, I guess, French. It's a beautiful book. Look at the binding. So I was excited to find this. It was another $5. Let's just say $5. That 99 cent. Now this is Creasy's Battles. Arlington edition. It's a pretty book as well. And I don't know anything about this. There is lots of writing in it. When it was first bought, it was 29 cents. But when I say writing, I know it's a book, right? No, lots of personal notes in it. But it was published in New York at Hearst & Companies. And where's the date? Okay, y'all, and if my eyes are right, and I'm not sure if they are, I think that it was published in 1853. So it does not come out and say copyright on it. But we're going to go with that. That sounds good, doesn't it? And then the last one I got, I think it's TP's Craftins. I don't know. It's another, it's The Graftons. It's a novel by Archibald Marshall. And it was published in 1918. So it's a pretty book. And it was $5 as well. Y'all, I don't mind. Like, if I can't get them at the bins, I'm okay to pay like $4 or $5. Because if you try to buy these in antique store with it, I'm not really sure. I'm sure the author, how famous it is. Who knows? But I have seen them as high as $75. So I'm good with $5. All right, y'all, that was a huge haul. A lot bigger than I thought it was going to be when I left out of here yesterday. But I think that I got some great things at some really amazing prices. Now, the next video that's coming up is going to be Greg's milk glass. I've had so many of you ask to see his milk glass. So it's going to be Greg's milk glass Christmas haul. And we're going to shoot that in a video. And I will not get that out to you before the New Year's because, guys, it just hit me today in the grocery store that tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Like, what? I go back to work on the 4th, and so I have a huge state test, one of my practices that I have to take on January 3rd. I was going to use my break to study for it. Have I? No, I haven't. I just haven't. I'm going to look up and try to brush up on some stuff on the 2nd. I'm also doing a Christmas with someone on the 2nd, so you know, I'm going to be back at work before I know it. So anyway, guys, you all have a safe, be careful out there, and Happy New Year. I hope that you have a great time. All right, y'all. So until I see you next year, happy thrifting.